Nobody has salvaged their playoff reputation in the last few weeks more than Julius Randle. This is a guy widely recognised as someone you don't want on your team in the biggest moments, but he's been consistently excellent for Minnesota throughout their entire playoff run so far. We've seen him partner Anthony Edwards and Minnesota's deep crew of role players perfectly as a scorer and even as a defender, but most of all we've seen the Wolves be able to run legit stretches of their offense through him as a playmaker. After a series of setting the table well against the Lakers, Randle has now put up 9.7 assists per game in the second round, including back-to-back double-digit assist games, to give him the most assists per game of any player that's still playing in the second round right now. Now, I don't think Randle is reinventing the playmaking wheel or anything, but what he's doing is simply and effectively exposing defenses with his passing. One of the main ways we see that is in the post. Both the Lakers and the Warriors are switch-heavy defenses. In Golden State's case, they want to keep Draymond Green here as a free safety in the middle, so they're willing to give up these soft switches and live with someone like Buddy Hield on Randle here, and all playoffs long, that's been the bat signal for Randle to take his switch into the paint, force at least one defender to help on him, and then put someone like Green in a position between choosing Gobert and leaving McDaniels for three, and Randle's been able to make the right read over and over again throughout the postseason. Now, part of the reason this happens is because Randle is monstering these defenders with his scoring if the defense doesn't commit those extra bodies to him. If he's going to consistently put these switch defenders in the basket in one-on-one situations, defenses have to react and have to try and take that lever away from Minnesota's offense. In both round 1 and what we've seen right now from round 2, Randle is using that to his advantage. If they're going to send an all-out double team on the block, McDaniels is going to get into this dangerous position at the rim where Ants Man has to come and leave Edwards to put a body on him. Now, Minnesota trust that Randle can find these soft spots in this defense consistently, and so far he's been repaying them tenfold. There's an art to making those reads out of these hard double teams in the post, and both Randle and his teammates spacing around him have really mastered it in this postseason, but he's also been thriving when defenses are a little less aggressive as well. Even if they're just going to shade over here in the gaps and not fully commit, Randle has been making super quick decisions to just boomerang it back against that gap defense for quick catch and shoot threes. At times, you can probably still accuse Randle of over-dribbling just a touch, but when he sees the gap help drop into place and waste no time flinging that pass out to the open man, you can see how easy it makes offense look. That's what really has impressed me so far about Randle's playmaking in the playoffs. He seems locked into the game plan, really decisive with what he's doing, and really trusting that he can execute his role as a playmaking hub if he keeps it simple. But most of all, his main playmaking draw has been his ability to shift across the floor and continue to provide value as a table setter. It hasn't just been as a traditional low block passer at all times. Lots of good things have happened when he's operating out of this high quad elbow sort of area. From that spot, the whole floor opens up a little more for him, so if he does want to get 2 feet in the paint, he doesn't just have the help coming at the rim, he's got helpers coming from the top side as well, and now he's got more options to pass to and more things for the defense to worry about. Randle has proven in both series that he's going to get to his spots in the paint, so it only takes a second of ball watching or a poorly timed dig, and he's got teammates waiting for that kickout. That's become a massive weapon for the Wolves, which has kind of continued evolving over the course of the whole season, but it feels like it's peaking right now at the best possible time. And from that high quad area of the floor, they're also opening up other playmaking avenues, not just kick out threes. If Golden State are going to aggressively top lock Ant on a pin down here, Randle is able to punish them if Ant slips backdoor for a lob. Again, they're just opening up more of the court with Randle playmaking from that position. We see it especially in those smaller lineups with no Rudy Gobert. Minnesota are opening up the paint, having Randle operating as their playmaking hub, and then moving without the ball toward the rim with the expectation that Randle is going to be able to facilitate and capitalize on any gravity he and Anthony Edwards create. The other main way that Randle has been slinging buckets for his team has been in simple drive and kick game. And like the post playmaking and the high quad playmaking, it's all about creating different angles and different advantages. Instead of just being that stationary passer up the top here, if he's attacking a defense that is stuck in a closeout, he's going to draw in that help defense and then find those same passes while he's on the move now. It's always going to be about getting that defense into rotation, but this is just another way for him to go about it. Just like it was in the post, these drive and kick assists stem from the fact that Randle has been super effective attacking closeouts and going downhill as a scorer in the postseason. He's forcing these playoff defenses to respect that he's a truck going to the rim, and that's opening up better and easier passing reads for him. That's what I mean when I say Randle isn't reinventing the playmaking wheel. None of this is something we don't see around the league on a nightly basis, but when he's using his scoring threat to really grease up Minnesota's offense, it doesn't have to be anything overly spectacular. If he's going to be a constant threat to score off the bounce, then this low man is going to slide over super early, and that whip to the corner with this pin-in screen is the kind of offense that's really tough to defend. So if Randle is providing for his teammates within the flow of the offense in these three main ways, and then he's chipping in with the occasional dime as a pick and roll ball handler, or maybe dropping it off as a short roll playmaker, or even just pushing the pace in transition to make reads against a broken floor defense, then all of a sudden this guy who we didn't think could survive in these high leverage Western Conference playoff games has morphed into a highly impactful second option who a legit contender can run their offense through for long periods of games. And for Minnesota, that's kind of been their most reliable offensive option for this whole postseason run so far. As you can probably tell, I'm pretty under the weather right now and nasally and just pushing through with my voice on this one, so I appreciate everybody watching for sticking through this long, and a huge shout out to those sending donations, signing up for memberships, or just liking this video and subscribing to the channel. Thanks again for watching.